This 2020 player outlook, we're going to be talking about Brandon Aiyuk, wide receiver, San Francisco 49ers. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification icon if you've been enjoying all this content from the RotoHeat.com team. And don't forget, we do nightly live streams throughout the week. We got IDP on Mondays, we got Dynasty on Tuesdays, Redraft on Wednesdays, Devy for you college guys on Thursday, and then during the season we'll be doing DFS on Friday nights and on Sunday mornings.
Everything's on fire. Everything's on fire. Everything's on fire.
Aiyuk is a big play threat waiting to happen. He's good at creating after the catch, stretching the defenses vertically. He's got everything that you want to see in an offense, and an offensive weapon. And even more interesting, he doesn't have a lot of competition. Deebo's hurt. Kittle's clearly the number one receiving option. Other than that, you've got maybe Dante Pettis, but the Niners have been getting hit with injuries this offseason and this preseason, and Aiyuk looks to be the benefactor of all this. He's going to get early playing time. The question you have to ask yourself is, do you trust him year one to be able to pick up this offense and go? I know the Niners do because they drafted him early enough and surprised a lot of people with the selection. When you look at this offense, there's still plenty of action to go around. You know, Emmanuel Sanders is gone in New Orleans. Deebo, obviously, like I said, being hurt. You know, there's a lot to like about Aiyuk's opportunities. You know, the thing you have to ask yourself is Aiyuk going to pick up the pro game quick enough? Is he going to be able to beat press coverage? Because that was some of the issue that we saw in the pre-draft process as you're evaluating him, as you're watching tape, as we were doing all the RotoHeat rookie scouting we were doing. You know, Aiyuk was a guy that had trouble with press coverage, and he got stuck as he got, you know, near the top of his routes, especially when he's fighting through physical corners or physical safeties or whomever might be covering him on that play. He's got the athletic ability. He's got the profile of being a number one receiver on that offense, being their number one target on that offense, because he's got a lot of what you want to see as that true option, number one option. The question you have to ask yourself is he going to be able to get there, and is he going to be able to get there quickly? Now, when we're looking at your 2020 drafts and your 2020 redrafts, he's not a guy that's going to be taken as a wide receiver one for fantasy. You know, he's probably more like a wide receiver 3 to 4 that you have to hope can grow quickly. I think in year one you can expect something in more like the 6 to 800 yard range and probably the 4 to 6 touchdown range. If I were have to guess at some stats. Especially because he's going to get action early, and the offense isn't it's not over the top, so they've got a lot of ways to get the ball moving around. So they've got running backs that are good receivers out of the backfield, the Tevin Colemans and the Mosterts of the world and things like that. They've got good tight ends. Obviously they added Jordan Reed this offseason. They do have receivers, Kendrick Bourne and Trent Taylor and Pettis, and then when Deebo comes back, Deebo, so they've got a lot of different options. Aiyuk has probably the strongest athletic profile of all the receiving threats on that team, though. Deebo is amazing. He's a very talented wide receiver. He's probably always going to be in the wide receiver 2 category in his career. Aiyuk's got that ability to really go above and beyond because of his ability to just make big plays, to create after the catch, and some of those things I mentioned earlier. When he's got the ball in his hands, he's very similar, and we mentioned some of this with Deebo last year. He's very similar to like a running back. He's very physical. He's willing to to put his nose down and just go through guys, and that'll prove to help him out in the NFL because it's a faster, more physical game than what he saw at Arizona State. The thing you have to ask yourself in redraft is, where are you taking him? Where do you select a receiver like this? Because he's got the opportunity to have a big ceiling because of the lack of true strong receiving options there outside of Kittle and Deebo. He can get himself into the play of being a wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3 is where I'm pegging him right now. So that being said, I'd probably take him double-digit rounds. I'm probably not touching him until 10 and back. And feel comfortable with that, because what's going to happen is you're going to find out quickly how they view him in this offense. If they're feeding him the ball early and often because he is such a big play threat and there's just not a lot of competition for that type of receiver on this team, he's probably going to quickly become a weekly starter for you. I just don't know that I see that in year one, especially if I'm in a redraft. I don't know that I want to trust a rookie wide receiver that still needs some time to grow and develop in some areas that I think are important. So that being said, let us know below. Is Aiyuk, a wide receiver 2, a wide receiver 1 in your mind? Let's keep that conversation going. Find us on Facebook. Find us on Discord. Let's talk redraft. Let's talk about the 2020 season. Let's help you during your drafts, answer your questions. We're here to help. Keep it locked into RotoHeat.com for more redraft information.
Also, right there, playlist. Hit it. Watch the videos. Do it. You want to. Do it.